The rain never stopped, not for days, not for weeks, just one endless drizzle that soaked through boots, muffled sound, and turned every horizon into a gray blur. I'd forgotten what sunshine looked like, forgotten the way the world felt warm, and I'd forgotten just how quiet the world could be, until it wasn't. My name is Bert, and if you met me several years ago, you might have heard the same thing people always said. You'd look like a younger Cruz if you didn't love pizza so much. Yeah, that was before the pandemic, before the world shut down, before pizza places closed their dine-in doors and delivery drivers became strangers, with no smile, no wave, no real human on the other end. Back then, Sam's Pizza Palace was my escape, that warm greeting from Sam at the counter, the laugh of regulars, the shared jokes. It was social life, simple and ordinary, but the world didn't stay ordinary. I barely left the house after that. My recliner became my kingdom, cushions molded to me like armor, snacks became meals, the outside world became a series of screens and delivery notifications, until the day I saw it inside my microwave. I was in the kitchen, half asleep and hungry again, heating up another frozen snack. A hot pocket, if you must know. When I opened the microwave door, there, sitting on the turntable, was a cricket. Not an ordinary one. This thing was huge, dark green and black, body glistening like it had been dipped in oil. Its shape was wrong, too long, too angular. Its eyes didn't blink. It stared at me, unmoving but alive. And then, just like that, it jumped with a speed that should have been impossible. I screamed, I fell, I scrambled back, heart racing like a jackhammer, and when I hit the floor, I didn't just fall, I fell stupidly, the way only someone who spent too much time inside can fall. A loud thud, a gasp, and then silence. I told myself it was stress, too many Red Bulls, weird dreams, whatever. I nuked the hot pocket, sat back in the recliner, and tried to watch something familiar on YouTube. Nothing loaded. Netflix, blank. Hulu, quiet. TikTok, dead. Even my phone sat in silence. The house was too quiet, too still. That night I heard a sound I hadn't heard in years. Real sound, not the ping of a notification. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Low, rhythmic, like someone tapping their nails on a tabletop. But it wasn't nails. It was something else. Something unexpected, something wrong. When I cracked open my bedroom door, standing in the dark at its frame was that same cricket. Bigger than before somehow. Its body glowed faintly, a sickly green that reflected off the hardwood floor. But its eyes, those hollow pits, stared at me like they saw something I couldn't see inside myself. I ran. I hid under the covers, and I prayed it would be gone in the morning. It wasn't. The next day, groggy and dehydrated, I trudged toward the front door. A delivery notification informed me my ice cream had arrived, a small consolation in a world that no longer made sense. When I opened the door, there it was, perched on top of the box, just staring. Its gaze felt like a warning, like it knew me, and for a moment I swear I felt it laugh, not in sound, but in vibration, like a negative pulse behind my ribs. I stood there for hours, too afraid to close the door, too afraid to move. Eventually it crawled off. My ice cream melted, and the air smelled of sulfur, heavy and bitter. Then came the knocking, loud, relentless, strange. I peeked through the curtain, and there stood a delivery driver, eyes blank, expression frozen, pounding on my door like something had taken hold of him. He didn't speak, he didn't blink, he just stood there, unmoving, urgent. I hid in the bathroom, curled into the bathtub, called out for no one. The silence after that was deafening, and then the chirping returned. Not one voice this time, but many, thousands. By sunrise, the rain had finally stopped. The clouds parted. Sunlight, real sunlight, poured through the windows like a promise I hadn't seen in forever. I shivered, walked outside, stepped onto the porch, and slipped. I hit the steps hard. Breath left me. Pain shot through my ribs. I couldn't move. That's when I saw them. Dozens upon dozens of crickets, black and green and breathing a strange glow across the morning light. My mind froze, but they didn't attack. They lifted me, not roughly, gently, like they understood fear, like they understood pain. An army of legs carried me, lifted me off the ground and placed me beside my old car, miraculously unscathed. Then they vanished, just like that. I didn't understand it. I didn't try to. I climbed in, seatbelt secured, stared down the open road. I drove away, away from the house, away from the rain, away from the cricket that might have been a threat, or something else entirely. The chirping faded behind me, and I kept going forward. If you'd like to read the full story and explore more haunting fiction, subscribe to Kevin Frasure, horror writer, on Substack.